Good afternoon, Razorbacks. This is Mrs. Dixon coming live to you from Houston, Texas. I have a wonderful lesson here about theme because you will need to identify the theme in a poem this week. And so I wanted to talk you through that process in case you're having some difficulty. So when we're looking for theme, we are on the search for the meaning. Okay. What is a theme? Theme is a life lesson, meaning, moral, or message about life or human nature that is communicated by a literary work. That's poems, that's stories, that's short stories. Even some songs have themes in them. In other words, theme is what the story teaches the readers. It's what you learn as the reader while you're reading this literary work. A theme is not a word. Chair, not a theme. Table, not a theme. TikTok, not a theme. In other words, it is a sentence. Now, here's the key part. You don't have to agree with the theme to identify it. So just because you don't agree with it, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's not the theme. So here's some examples. Money can't buy happiness. That is a complete sentence. That is applicable to lots of people. Now, I, for one, agree with this. But even if I didn't agree with it, if my literary work is discussing this, that is still the theme. Don't judge people based on the surface. Again, something that I agree with. But it's not asking me whether I agree or disagree. It's just simply giving me an example of a theme. It is better to die free than live under tyranny. Again, something some people may or may not agree with. However, if that's what the literary work is trying to teach you, then that is the theme of that piece. So when we are identifying themes, they are not explicit, meaning that they are not clearly stated. Themes are implied. When I am a writer or when I'm looking at something as a reader, I need to understand that no writer is going to simply say, the theme of my story is try your best. No, they're going to give you information. They're going to build that story. They're going to reiterate that over and over again in the things that the characters are doing so that the reader can understand that that is the theme of the story. And themes are bigger than the story or the poem, okay? So it's something that is a message that applies to different people in different aspects. How do you find theme in poem, Ms. Dixon? I'm so glad you asked. What I use is a strategy called TP Cast. We're going to look at the title. We're going to paraphrase. We're going to consider the connotation. We're going to look at the attitude of the speaker. We're going to look at any shifts. We're going to revisit the title. Yes, I know re starts with an R. However, the T is for the other title. And then we're going to land on the theme, okay? So we are going to walk through this together with a very short piece. And let's see how it goes. Title. First and foremost, I'm going to simply look at the title and then I'm going to make an inference, dreams. I think this poem is about dreams of some sort. Perhaps it is about dreams that we have at night or dreams about our future. Now, this inference is going to come from your background knowledge. And as a literate person, you should consistently work toward building your background knowledge, okay? So depending on what my knowledge is in the past, this is going to influence this right here, okay? I know that when people go to sleep, they do what? They dream. So that's why I made this inference here. I also know that when I think about my future goals or the future goals of my family or my friends or my students, some people can consider those as dreams. So that's why I came up with this inference. The poem is by Langston Hughes. He is one of my absolute favorite poets. If you are in my class, you have heard his poems more than once. Ms. Dixon loves Langston Hughes. Do yourself a favor and Google some of his poems after we finish. So what I'm going to do is read the poem, and then we'll start going through that process of breaking it down. I have my inference here of the title. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Wow. Wow. Now, this is a short poem, and so you will need to read poems more than once. to get that deeper meaning. You should read them more than once to get that deeper meaning. I know that I do. I go back, I look at things. If I'm annotating, I circle words, I make little notes on the side. You can even draw your sketch notes if that's what helps you to look at that deeper meaning. But simply reading that, wow, it's really powerful. So let's paraphrase. Now, when you paraphrase, you are simply restating the stanza in your own words. I'm not looking for deeper meaning. I'm not trying to go like, oh, he means this. No, what is the speaker explicitly stating? Hold tight to dreams, because if they die, life is a broken bird that cannot fly. Well, this poem is a little on the short side, so that's why my paraphrase is pretty similar to his words. Also, he's using words that we typically use in everyday language, so I didn't have to change too many words over here. Hold tight to dreams, because when they go, life is a blank field frozen with snow. Barren field, means that it can't bear fruit. Okay, so that's why I got blank. Blank field, barren field. It can't bear fruit. You can't see anything growing. That's what barren means. So that's why I chose the word blank. Empty, void. Those are other synonyms that you could have chosen as well, just depending on your background knowledge. Connotation. Now, this is that deeper meaning. I'm looking at that figurative language. I'm looking at what the author is doing. I'm looking at the word choice. I'm looking at things that help me to dig deeper into what the author is saying. So the speaker, and I'm going to spell that here, the speaker is personifying dreams. Okay, so hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die. Dreams are not a person. They cannot die. So the speaker is personifying the dreams. And notice I did say speaker and author. When it comes to poetry, those are two separate people. The author is the person that wrote the poem. The speaker is this person that is speaking in the poem. Sometimes they are one and the same, and sometimes they are not. For example, in Langston Hughes's Mother to Son, he is a man. He is the author. However, the speaker in the poem is a mother, and she's speaking to her son. That's why in poetry we have the differentiation between speaker and author. Okay, so in this deeper meaning, hold tight to dreams, because if they die, then life is like a broken winged bird that cannot fly. This is a metaphor. Okay, this is a metaphor. We're comparing the death of dreams the dead dreams to a broken bird. We have a negative connotation. A broken bird that cannot fly, it's not excelling. It's not living up to its purpose. It's not living up to its potential. Those are all the things that I'm seeing as I'm envisioning this poor sweet bird with a broken wing that just can't get up, needs help, and it can't fulfill its purpose. And so in my background knowledge, I'm tying to that. When a person lets their dreams die, they're not fulfilling their purpose. Okay, a bird is supposed to go and excel and rise above the sky, and I can't do that if I let my dreams die. That's my background knowledge, okay? Hold tight to dreams, because when they go, life is no longer full of life. It is a metaphor. The speaker is comparing lost dreams to a barren field. Again, barren, cannot bear fruit. Frozen with snow. In my mind, I'm picturing this blank field covered with nothing but white snow. Nothing can grow out of snow. Okay, so I'm looking at this field. There are no trees. There are no twigs. There are no fruit. There's no vegetable. There's nothing but just blankness. And when a dream is gone, that's what people are left with, blankness. I also want to reiterate the author's use of repetition, the speaker's use of repetition. Hold fast to dreams. Hold fast to dreams. This is letting me know, hold tight. When you hold fast to something, you're holding it tight. You want to make sure you don't let it go. So it's letting me know that dreams are exceptionally important to the speaker. Attitude. What is the speaker's attitude toward the subject, and what is the tone? And we kind of already touched on that. The speaker is giving words of wisdom and encouragement. The speaker holds dreams to a high regard, and the reader can tell that dreams are important to the speaker. The reason why I say that is because hold fast. Hold fast. You know, if this happens, this is what happens. If this happens, this is what happens, okay? I can tell by the speaker's tone that he or she wants the reader to be cautious and not allow dreams to lead them. Hold fast, okay? Shift. The shift is a change in the speaker's point of view or attitude. and a change in the speaker's tone, and we can consider that a shift as well. Now here there's no direct shift in the speaker's tone or the subject matter. However, there is a shift in the action of the dreams from dying to leaving. Now as a reader, I do interpret those to mean the same thing, but also it depends on the viewpoint of the reader. I view death like I view when something dies, it goes away. When something goes away, it's technically dead. So it's kind of your call. It's, again, your background knowledge, okay? Also, too, I do want to touch back on this. Sometimes you will have a very evident shift in your poems. The speaker will start talking about something one way and then start talking about it in a different way, or the subject matter may change. The speaker may see something one way and then, may speak of something one way and then start speaking of something totally different. So there, you want to look for that shift, okay? Now, T, you want to revisit the title, Was I Right? This was my inference, was I right? We are talking about dreams. And for me, we're not talking about dreams at night, but we're talking about dreams of our future, dreams that each person has and what we should do with those dreams, okay? So my revisit changed a little bit. What we should do with those dreams is probably something that I would add. Next theme, what we came for. What is the overall meaning of the poem? What can the reader learn from the poem? The theme of this poem is that life is meaningless without dreams. Broken winged bird, barren field, frozen with snow. Another theme for the poem could be that dreams make life worth living. Broken winged bird. If you have dreams, you're not that broken winged bird. You can fly and soar. Also, too, you won't have a barren field if you have dreams. You'll have fruit and vegetables, and you'll live a beautiful, wonderful, fruitful life. So again, TP Cast helps me to process through some hard poetry and understand what the author is trying to convey. I hope you guys learned something from this. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, and I'd be more than happy to go over this with you guys. Hold fast to your dreams, friends. I know, things are a little difficult right now, but hold fast to your dreams. Don't let them die and don't let them go. All right, until next time, see you later. Bye.